Hello, it's me, Jason, again. And since YouTube only allows us 10 minutes of time, we're doing another video. Right now, we're going to go on our picks for the week. My pick is Shadowhawk. I'm sticking with the image theme. Shadowhawk came out in 1991 from Jim Valentino. It's about this African American guy that has AIDS. Now, the first issue I think you don't find out about until later on. And I remember when I first picked up that comic. Ooh, Shadowhunt. The comic had like red eyes and all that stuff, and this awesome helmet. So I picked it up, went home, immediately read it, and it just blew my mind that he would break the villain's back. And I'm pretty sure this was before Punisher, and to see the superhero kick ass, where he didn't give a flying fuck, and he would hurt you. And I enjoyed that immensely.
Are you truly sure it was before the Punisher?
Maybe around the
Didn't Punisher come out in like the 80s in a Spider-Man comic?
Judge Dredd was around during that time. Punisher War Journal, I think, was around at that time.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So he might have been second or third in the line of kick their ass and really not give a fuck about it.
But to have him be African American, to have him have AIDS, like AIDS epidemic back then was everywhere. I had friggin' brochures from school coming in saying, "Oh, make sure if you're sexual active and all that fun stuff. Don't use needles and all that." But back to the story of the Shawhawk. So it started off as a 4-issue mini. Read those up, loved each one. They did another 4-issue mini, enjoyed those, and they also did a third 4-issue mini. Now, after a few years later, they brought back Shadowhawk as a kid like Peter Parker. Story wasn't bad. Kid was okay. Background characters, Blacklight, she was good in Bomb Queen, but it didn't feel right, the character, but still I enjoyed it immensely. It got me into actually wanting to write comics after reading the next generation of Shadowhawk. Well, that got canceled after like 13 issues or so. Well, Image United came, which we bitched about, and Shadowhawk has been re-released. I've loved it so far. It's really good. It's back to the original backbreaker, the African American guy, and he's been dead. He's back, and the world has changed. It's really good. It's like as if like almost like Supreme Powers or Project Superhero Powers, where they were locked up for X amount of time and they came back. Well, he's been dead for a while and now he's back.
You think you can break it down and like tell me what the story is? Because I've never read it.
All right.
I don't know how many of our anybody that watches us or if nobody does. Anyhow, we should tell them about it.
All right. So the guy, don't know his name. He came back because the Shadowhawk now dad sacrificed his life to bring his son back to life. Well, somehow he, the black African American guy, came back into the helmet. So that's a little confusing because, well, Image United 3, 4, 5, and 6 hasn't come out, so don't really know exactly everything that happened. So he's
Thank
back.
you, Image United. Fuck
yeah,
you.
Yeah, great job. So he comes back, and he people know who Shadowhawk is, but they also know him as the younger boy, more not break your back and
That's kind of the only one I actually know because I wasn't a big Shadowhawk fan.
And there's also Shadowhawk Chronicles that show like all the other Shadowhawks even before, because like somehow the helmet now has everyone that wore it in it, so like they can communicate. And the original Shadowhawk that I started reading never heard the voices, and he still doesn't hear the voices. But that's a lot about voices, which as long as you don't talk back to the voices, it's okay. So one of the people that he killed or broke the back of years ago is back as a villain. He kicks his ass. And there's this guy that's bombing churches and like basically suicide bombing. and he bombs a church, and Shadowhawk comes in to save the day, which was awesome. So it's really good. The writing's great. Valentino is not the main writer for this story. He does a side story in the comic itself. So you get one story written by another writer.
Is it a story that follows like a lot of the DC books have a little mini story in behind?
Yeah, how DC's doing it now with like Detective with Manhunter in it.
Right.
So, a lot like that.
And Metal Men follows whatever book it's in. I don't
Right.
actually remember, but
A lot like that. So back to the why I picked Shadowhawk. If you like Batman, if you like Punisher, if you like Project Superpowers,
right.
it has that feel to it. It's good writing, good art, and overall really good story. I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait to see where it leads to. The only complaint I do have is, as I mentioned before, the previous Shadowhawk felt more kiddie, more kiddish, because there's
Right. Right.
well, Blacklight is this chicken, and she feels weird in this comic. She just feels out of place where I see her as like this is more too serious for her.
Right.
So that's my only complaint. But it's not much of a complaint.
What would your overall rating if you could give it a on a scale of 1 to 10?
Right now, I'm giving it about 8.
An 8. So call it a B, maybe a B plus.
Yeah, definitely pick up the first 2 issues, see if you enjoy it. You, if you enjoy it, go for it. If you don't, drop it.
Right. Now, you also wanted to do your disc pick or hate of the week, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to say it now because it's going to be a long.
It's gonna be a long one, huh?
Oh boy, yeah. What is your pick?
My pick is going to take a little longer than our 3 minutes that we have left, or whatever it is we have left. So, is there any last words on Shadowhawk?
Valentino's the man. Keep up the great work. Bring your books out on time, which you're good at. Thank God. Yeah,
Can he teach the rest of Image to put his books out on time?
probably not because, well, they killed him. It's ooh, okay. I got enough time. Why is it like when these creators own comics, Hollywood's like, hey, we like your shit. We're going to make a movie or TV show out of you. And for some reason, the writer all of a sudden just says, fuck you people that got me to where I'm at. I'm going to go off and make the TV series slash or movie. It's wrong. It sucks. It makes the people that spend the money for the comics feel like a fool because we're sitting there waiting for the comics to come out while their priorities are moved to making money.
Totally the almighty dollar.
Yep.
They see dollar signs, they're going to cash in while they can on the cash cow.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
I guess you can't blame them, but
I
the
would do.
fans are more
I would
important.
probably do it, and then like later on, I'd see somebody just like me yell at me and bitch at me. While I'm going to do that to them, if I was presented the opportunity, I would probably do it too.
Yeah, but
It's hard to argue with dollar signs.
you kind of turn your back on your real fans. Yeah, basically that's what you're doing, and
It's hard to say, when they throw, here's $1 million in front of you, are you going to sell out or not? I mean, it's not very often somebody like you or me gets to see $1 million.
but look at Aragon. One issue came out.
Agon.
Aragon, decent comic, but yet the writer goes off to make the movie of it.
It was decent only too, so the movie's probably gonna flop, and then we get to throw it into space on a video further in the future.
Yep. Okay. See you in the next video.